This week on Let's Talk Schools, summer is just around the corner. We'll tell you everything you need to know about our world-class summer learning program. Hello, welcome to another segment of Let's Talk Schools. I'm Mike Looney, the superintendent of schools and the host for this show. Today, we're going to be talking about summer learning, and we have the local resident expert here, Jennifer Beard. Jennifer Beard is in charge of specials for the district, but you're also overseeing summer learning programs this year. So welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself so we get to know you, and then we'll dive into summer learning.
Thanks, Dr. Looney, so much for having me. It's my pleasure to be here today. I've been with Fulton County Schools for 15 years. I have served as a teacher, an assistive technology specialist, an assistant principal, and now director of specials. So in terms of how that impacts students, I am over the departments that lead the Teaching Museum, Performing Arts, Visual Arts, Innovative Programs, which includes extended learning, and high dosage small group tutoring, advanced studies, which includes our TAG program, AVID, IB, magnet schools, and health and PE, and also, as you mentioned, summer learning.
That is a whole lot of responsibilities. Thank you for your service to the district. I know that our boys and girls are benefiting from your leadership. So let's talk about summer learning. For the last several years, we've really ratcheted up our summer learning programs to help, one, our students recover from the pandemic, but two, just to give more options to our families. And so what's our summer learning schedule look like this year?
So we are really excited to support our students with summer learning. We know that most of our students are back to where they were at pre-pandemic levels, but we also know that some of our students just need some extra time to master prioritized standards and gear up and get ready for the next grade level. And so that's the intention of summer learning, is to support students between the school years to make sure that they're ready for that next grade level.
Sure. So students, is it optional, or is it, you have been invited and your parents have to opt you out from coming? What does that look like for us?
That is a great question. So we do have some groups of students who will be required to attend summer learning this summer because we really want to make sure that they get the support that they need. And those students would include third grade students who have earned the below grade level indicator for reading on milestones, fifth grade students who've earned the below grade level indicator for reading or a level 1 on the math milestones, as well as eighth grade students who have earned the below grade level indicator for reading or level 1 on math milestones. In addition to that, for high school, if a high school student has failed an EOC tested course, which is the B semester of that course, they would be required to attend summer learning as well. Now, we know, parents, that you're not going to get that information until the very, very end of the school year. So what we also want to do is to provide ways to look at some leading factors to identify some students who may be able to come early. So it would be recommended, if your student is 2 or more years below grade level on iReady in reading or math, we're recommending that those students with teacher recommendation and some other data points be considered to go ahead and be invited and go ahead and register for summer learning now. If the teacher recommends it in elementary, that would be another reason to register your student for summer learning. And then for high school, if you have failed a course during high school that we're offering in summer learning and you'd like to retake that course, then you're welcome to apply and register for summer learning as well.
I can't think of much more important than to make sure that when the next school year begins, that students have mastered the previous grade content. I'm really proud of the fact that our school district provides these summer learning opportunities. I can imagine the anxiety that families and students feel if they haven't mastered last year's content and all of a sudden they're in the next highest course. And so I really hope that our parents take advantage of this opportunity. What are the dates? I know summer's, it seems like it's a long ways away, but it happens really quickly. And so what are the dates for summer learning this year?
Well, the dates for summer learning are going to be from June 5th through July 10th, so we're asking our families to save those dates. Part of those dates will be retesting. So this summer, we will need to retest certain groups of students. So that testing is going to take place from July 5th through July 10th. So students who are in 3rd, 5th, and 8th grade will be retaking milestones, and our students who need to retake their EOC will be retaking their EOC in high school during those dates. If your student is in a grade level that's not going to be retested this summer, then their last day of summer learning is going to be July 3rd, right before Independence Day holiday.
Oh, great, great. And so for parents wanting to know, what is this going to cost me? Is there a cost associated with attending summer learning for any student at any grade level?
That is a great question, and I know many of our parents have that question. We find that it's really important to offer summer learning at no cost to our students. So all students who are required to come to summer learning or who have been recommended to attend summer learning will be no cost for them. If students choose to come because they want to accelerate and get a little bit ahead, so they may want to take, for example, a health and PE course over the summer to gear up for high school or something like that, there would be a tuition cost associated with acceleration. But if they're coming because they're required to come or they've been recommended to come and they really just want to close any gaps that they may have during this extra time in the summer, that is of no cost to our families. So we're really pleased to be able to provide that.
That's really good information. So it's free to anybody that needs it to catch up.
Correct.
Or to make up.
Correct.
If you want to accelerate, then there's a small tuition fee.
That's right.
So talk to me what a student might experience and expect. Is it just like traditional school? Is it more of a camp-like experience? Is it, what can students and families expect this summer learning to look like?
That is a really, really great question. And I'm going to go back to some research and some evidence-based practices on that before I talk about what we're going to provide this summer. So the National Summer Learning Project is one of the biggest research pieces into summer learning programs across the nation. They did an 8-year longitudinal study. This is the RAND Corporation in partnership with the Wallace Foundation, and they identified some really key practices for summer learning programs to be effective. So some of those things would include no cost for students, which we already discussed that's what we're providing this year, 5 to 6 week programming, full day programming, including academics and enrichment, small class sizes of 15 or less, a teacher focused on academics 3 hours a day, and providing free transportation and free meals for students, which we are also doing this year. So in thinking about that, we really wanted to design our summer learning program around these evidence-based practices to ensure that our students had a different experience than they may have during the school year in the summertime. We want it to be fun, we want it to be hands-on, we want it to be engaging. So for elementary students, grades 3, 4, and 5, for reading, we're going to use a really engaging curriculum called Scholastic Lit Camp. So these students are going to be singing songs, they're going to be reading books together, they're going to be acting out parts of the book, they're going to be analyzing what they've read and through some drawing and some writing activities, and it's really, really fun. Our students really enjoy that curriculum. In terms of our middle school English and language arts, they are going to be reading and analyzing some literary and informational texts. Those informational texts are going to be previewing the upcoming year's science and social studies content. They're also going to be engaging in a novel study with their teacher, and at the end of summer learning, they get to take the novel home with them, which is really exciting. Yeah. And then our high school students, we're going to have a competency-based program where students come in, they'll take a pre-assessment which identifies which prioritized standards of that course they have not yet mastered. And the curriculum will be designed to only have them look at those prioritized standards that they have not yet mastered and support them in demonstrating mastery of those standards. And as soon as they do, they're going to be released from summer learning.
So that's very interesting. That's very innovative as well. So
it is.
If I failed biology and I have to take biology over, I could do summer learning and just complete the standards that I didn't master in biology during the regular course rather than repeating the entire course.
That's correct.
That's incredible.
And then for elementary and middle school math, we are leveraging a curriculum that's really focused around the grade level appropriate work on the prioritized standards. And it really focuses around mathematical fluency, mathematical discussion, and collaboration. So we're excited about that curriculum as well.
So I want to talk to our educators first. Our educators work their rear ends off. I mean, they are getting after it throughout the year. How do we recruit teachers to work over the summer?
That is a great question, and teachers, we need you. If you are interested in working summer learning this summer, we definitely want to have you. So there will be an application that comes out that will be sent out through the district to all of our teachers, and they'll be able to apply. And then our summer learning administrators are going to be the ones who take a look at those applications and reach out to those teachers to hire their staff members for each of their individual sites for summer learning this summer.
Okay. So we need employees to come work to help our students get caught up, or in some cases accelerate their learning. And how do parents learn more about summer learning? Where's the go-to place? Is there a website? Do they go talk to the school counselor, to their child's teacher? What's the process for parents and students to get more information?
That's a great question. So parents and families, the first place I would suggest that you go is to talk to your teacher, your student's teacher, and see if summer learning may be a really good fit for your student. If so, there's plenty of information on our website at fultonschools.org/summer school. And we're also going to be having an upcoming community meeting that's going to take place on March 30th at 6 p.m. It's going to be a virtual meeting, and I'd like to invite all of our families to attend that meeting because you'll get some great information.
You know, a lot of our parents work, and so they have to make child care arrangements for before school and after school, and so I don't know that you said that the day is going to be a traditional school day as far as hours go. I know that we're providing transportation and meal service. What about after school care and before school care? Is that going to be provided as well?
That's a great question, Dr. Looney. And you know, Dr. Looney, I really want to thank our families for taking some time to complete the summer learning survey. One of the things that came out of that survey was that they let us know that it was really important for them to have full day programming. Because of the things that you just mentioned. They're working jobs, they can't come in the middle of the day and pick their students up or meet them at the bus and that kind of thing. In addition to that, we also know it's an evidence-based practice from this National Summer Learning Program study that's been done that we offer full-day programming, including enrichment. So one of the things that we're doing this year is we are partnering with our federal funds department to offer some summer camp opportunities at the elementary level. We also have an RFP out there, and we've had a lot of community partners apply for that RFP to offer some after school care enrichment during the summertime for our students. We've had a lot of principals agree to have those programs included in their schools. And so parents, if this is something that you feel like is a need for your student and for your family, I would just encourage you to reach out and just let your principal know so that when we reach out with these options that they can add on to create a full day program at that school, at that summer site, that they know that there's a need for it. And we have some great opportunities. These opportunities I'm going to share. I'm very excited to share at our community meeting on March 30th at 6 p.m. So again, I invite all of our families to take part in that meeting so that they can learn about these aftercare options.
And you said that's a virtual meeting. So where do they go
Yes.
to learn more about that? Is there a website, or once again, they just talk to the school counselors and teachers?
Well, we're going to share a lot of that information on our website,
Okay.
the main district website. There's going to be some emails going out to our parents about that, and also at the fultonschools.org website, fultonschools.org/summer school, I will have the link to that community meeting and more information about that
Okay, I
community
want to ask you,
meeting there.
I've got the eyes and the mind of a third grader for a moment. Some people say all the time, but so I got free bus transportation to get to school.
Yes.
Great learning activities. I'm going to be fed.
Free breakfast and lunch.
Free breakfast and lunch. Even if you are paid, if
That's
you're traditional
correct.
paid, it's still going to be free.
100% of our summer learning students will
Most
get free
important
breakfast
question
and
for
lunch.
me. Is there recess in PE?
There is recess for elementary students and for middle school students this year in summer learning.
So they're not going to be boxed in the schoolhouse the whole time.
They will
Get
not. They will
outside in
have
some fresh air.
a lot of playtime, so that's important too.
That's incredible. I'm excited about their summer learning opportunities this summer. Thank you so much for coming on the show and informing our audience about our summer learning opportunities here in Fulton County Schools. Thank you for all the people that put this work together. And thank you so much for joining us on another Let's Talk Schools. And now, let's go around the district in 90 seconds. That's it for our show this week. Let's keep the conversation going. We'd love to hear from you on our social media platforms. Join us next time on Let's Talk Schools. And as always, thank you for watching.